This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
I am just set for the next week, month. Two of my favorite people are in studio, and it helps that they are damn good actors. Shraddha Kapoor, I love you so much.
I love you, Hrishi K, and it's so nice to be back chatting with you.
And brother, you really hit it out of the park. I never expected you to do what you did with East India comedy, man. You have a funny bone, bones, everything. Have you seen that? Have you seen what he's done with the comedy guys?
No.
Dude, he has done this, with these bunch of stand-up comedians.
Okay.
He's funnier than them. And they do that for a living.
Wow.
It's gone viral. It's got some millions and millions and millions of views.
Although I have to say I'm not surprised because he is extremely funny and he's extremely random, which is something that I love. And I love random people, and random people are very rare. So he is one of those rare gems, And I've had a blast being in his company, and I've been a fan of his work as well. So I'm not surprised about this humorous side of his.
Yeah, and there was also the dancing that came to the fore because people didn't know.
I know.
And then slowly he just leaked it out saying that he used to be part of a dance troupe in Gurgaon. So now there's some comedy that's come into the whole frame. So, watch out everybody else.
I know. I mean, really watch out. He's going to be giving a run to a lot of people.
Yeah, okay, now there's a very interesting bunch of people who are behind this film.
Yeah.
I met, very strangely, Raj and DK on a tennis court.
Oh,
And during Gentlemen, and they, in Andheri, they were playing in another court. And
They play tennis also together?
They play tennis also together. And they play some great tennis, you know what I mean? And after that we had some cups of tea, and they're really funny guys, when you have conversations with them. And these are the guys who are, they have the story credit, and they're also co-producers.
They are the writers and co-producers.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I've always
talk
been
to me
actually
about
a
them.
big fan of Raj and DK and their writing. I've known them since their first film, Shore in the City. And I saw actually their short film also, which was called Shore. And I've always been a big fan of their writing, the way, they use their craft in their work. And then Go Go Gone came. And I was blown by the bizarre comedy that, they created with some like zombies and cocaine and these three boys. So what, actually we were always in touch. So when Raj called me and Raj and DK and they narrated me their story, I was blown again. I was like, wow, what a world you guys have created. It's so much fun. It's so, it's something which we have not heard or seen before. And there's this really, really humorous side to it. And there's some like scary parts also to it. Yeah.
And then there's Dinu, who's very appropriately titled his production house Mad Dog Films. Talk to me about him, Shraddha.
Dino. So Dino actually, apparently, this is what I've come to know through the other interviews that we've been doing, is what he's been telling people also. Is I also kind of heard it before from Rajan DK, I think. Is that when we had met on a flight last year at some point, I think. He said, I think one of the reasons he wanted to cast me in this film was because of our interaction on flight. So he felt that there was something severely off about me. And that's something he actually told me to my face, through as the flight progressed. And he's like, you're a bit off, no? And I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to agree to this or disagree to this. I have no idea. But so he told me that one of the reasons, one of the writers actually, Raj or DK, told me that, that this is what Dino had told us. So I was like, oh, so I'm really glad that you guys have offered me this film, because once I got the narration, I was laughing so much. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad these guys want me in this film. So I was extremely excited. And Dino, I think, is one of the most incredible and one of the most amazing producers to have. He's extremely passionate about everything that he does. He's very bullish in the most positive way, and I think that just like encourages everybody on the team to work really, really hard and with very good energy. I think that's so important, and you're empowered in a very positive way, and everyone's genuinely having fun.
And your director, I believe, entered a short film in a Berlin Film Festival or something
with
like that.
Newton.
Yeah. And he's also quite a character, quite a genius. Yeah,
He's a genius. Actually, he's been working for a while now. He's worked with some phenomenal filmmakers, Rajkumar Gupta, Rajan DK, Majid Majidi, On Air. He's been here for a while. And then I saw his short film called Abba, which won an award at Berlin. Same year that Newton also won an award. And I was like, this boy is something. And then the day I got to know that he's on board to be a director, I was very happy. Because he has this amazing energy about him. It's so infectious. Like there's so much of love inside him, and he's just, I think, just translated that love in this film.
And the music is again going completely nuts. So Milegi Milegi has, you know, I don't know, I've written down the number of views it has.
20 million plus, yeah.
and I believe Kamaria is going to be out,
Yeah.
which has
Yes.
the incredible Nora Fatehi, who has
Yeah.
the most elastic body on the planet.
I know,
Exactly.
I don't know how her waist moves like that, and she's just so amazing at the way that she dances and the way that she
Yeah.
moves. She's done a brilliant job in Kamaria.
And the thing is that Sachin and Jigar, again, are quite interesting in terms of the fact that they told me once that they used to play in dandiyas
Yeah,
before
they
they
used to
became
do
famous
theatre.
music
So give
directors.
actually music in a lot of plays.
So really the ideal kind of guy is to get a bit of folk and to
Yeah,
get a bit of
yeah,
the modern
yeah,
sound.
yeah,
So
exactly.
did you enjoy just performing with Milegi Milegi and, you know, with the song and everything?
I still remember the day I heard Milegi Milegi, I started moving. Because it has that thing, you know, the beats are such, once you hear it, you just can't stop, but you have to, you know, start moving with the beats and move with the rhythm. And then I heard like other songs as well. There's Kamaria, there's a love song called Nazar,
Yeah.
which will be out soon. It's just a beautiful album.
It is.
Yeah, it's a party anthem. There's an amazing like a love song in it, and there's another song which I can't talk about right now, which will be out very soon. Again, a promotional song. I think they're very very talented. Like
Yeah.
Saibo is one of my favorite songs of all times from Shore in the City, which again Sachin Jigar did.
Yeah. And are you the I'm going to look at a horror film through a blanket kind of person, or are you the I used to laugh at Hindi horror films earlier because Ramsay Brothers films are really funny, and no disrespect to them, but some of that blood and gore coming out is quite funny.
I used to love Z Horror Show though. I have to say I was a huge
Man,
fan
yeah.
of Z Horror Show, and I just felt like as a kid I was so much more brave than I am today, and I feel like now I can't sit through a horror film at all. So thankfully our film's a horror comedy, but I get really scared. I can't watch a horror film. I just cannot. The last one I think I watched was probably The Exorcism of Emily Rose, if I'm not mistaken, and I was like, this is not for me. So yeah, I'm the avoid horror films type.
What is a horror film that you saw that really spooked the shit out of you?
So it started with Z Horror Show, of course. Like that first, I still remember that first episode when Archana Puran Singh, she was playing the ghost in it, and I was extremely, you know, scared just by that show. And then I enjoyed watching horror, but then I think Emily Rose definitely, and then The Conjuring, Part 1. I was shit scared. I was shitting in my pants watching that film. Yeah.
The doll and things like that.
Oh, the doll
and they
and
made
those
a
that-
Conjuring 2 and a Conjuring 2,
Yeah, you
whatever.
know, that clap from the cupboard when the kids are there. It's just so spooky.
So the thing with spooky films is you've got to have the background score bang on.
yeah.
You know, or not have background score. So because sometimes, you know, if there's an eerie scene and there's just silence,
Yeah.
it just spooks the shit out of
Oh
you.
my god.
So have you guys seen an edit with the background score? Do you know what it's like? Yeah, I'm just curious to know. Maybe it's a question for your director, but
Yeah, I think they're the right person to answer it. But I've heard like some of it in some of scene references. Definitely, I think it goes very well with the film because it's a lot of it is humor, a lot of it is comedy, and the scary parts are genuinely scary. So I think they have found a fine balance to just, you know, have the right amount of BGM to just make you a little scared.
both of you have been waxing eloquent on in the media about how cool Chanderi is.
Yeah.
And this is a town that I only knew for its saris.
Saris,
So
yeah.
what is it that makes Chanderi so special?
Chanderi is, we had a fabulous time being there. I think that the fact that it's a sweet little town, I think the beauty of it, if you compare it to a city like Bombay, is there's so much of a rush over here. So for me, like, I was so relieved to be in Chanderi because I felt so far away from the speed of things. And there was like this therao, and there's like this inherent peace, and people are just so simple, and the lives they lead there are so simple. So I just felt like this is something that I want to take away a lot from. I really felt like it kind of revised for me the meaning of the simple things in life and how important they are.
You know, I really feel that if actors get together and write spooky stories, there'd be amazing books. You know, Jimmy and Chitrangada and Mahi were here for Sahib Be Your Gangster, and they were talking about how they shot in these Sunsan Havelis, and they had some really spooky
it
stories
happens.
to tell.
It happens.
You know, and you guys spent what? How long were you in Chanderi?
Chanderi around 30-35 days, and we spent some time in Bhopal, another I think 10 days.
So come on, lay it on me. The spooky stories. What
It
happened?
was scary. Yeah. Like Chanderi, of course, the whole environment was such that we were all, anyways, we were scared, but we were having fun because it
Yeah.
is also it's an entertaining film, mostly. But then we started shoot. But the moment we reached Bhopal and the first night we were supposed to shoot in this really spooky, and it's famously quite a famous haunted location. It's called Taj Mahal It's a fort. And I remember I entered my room, and there was this note on my bed, and there was written rules and regulations, guys, and we're going to shoot in this location tonight. And locals have very seriously asked us to follow these rules. Like, you can't wear a perfume, girls are not supposed to keep their hair open, you can't really roam around all alone, just be with somebody, and if possible, carry a Hanuman Chalisa. And the moment I entered that, we entered that place, you can feel it in the environment. That eeriness was definitely there. And then what happened was we started, and they told us not to use any, low bans you use to create smoke. And they said, don't use it. It might just, disturb some entities. It's like, no, we really wanted it to, create that atmosphere. So the moment we started using low ban, there was this light boy who was sitting almost on the 15 feet height. He fell from there. He was sitting all alone with the light. And he fell, he was hospitalized. And then he told us that somebody actually pushed him. And it's a true story. It's like, no, मुझे किसी ने धक्का दिया, मैं ऐसे थोड़ी गिर जाऊंगा, मैं सो भी नहीं रहा था. But it's spooky.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think that this was such a bizarre and spooky thing to have happened that it really makes you feel like, that there actually could be some forces out there that exist, and that just makes you question the fact that if you're not a non-believer of such things happening, it will really make you question that.
But did you have problems sleeping at night? Did you get your makeup person to come and crash with you or put on the light or things like that? Yeah.
Who were you sleeping with?
Well, I was sleeping alone. I would have liked to have had my dog for company, because at home I have that luxury. But I have this habit of sleeping with a small light on. So if I can't find that small light source, then it's very tough to kind of fall asleep in pitch darkness. So so it was, I was like, oh, it's okay, it's all good, it's a little dark, that's fine, it's not a big deal. So I just tried to give myself that pep talk that, it's all okay, and I'll be fine, I'll wake up in the morning.
When you were here for Umarta, I remember you, I don't know the exact words, but briefly telling me that there were some evenings where there was a terrace and, you guys used to chill there. Was it Chanderi? Yeah.
Chanderi only, yeah. It was actually like, living with your big family. Everybody's living in that one guest house or probably two guest houses, because there are not many hotels in that place. So we were just living like this one big happy family. Every night we would have our bonfire session. We would eat together, have our horror experiences, we would be sharing those. And it was just fun. Every day I was just so looking forward to go on set. And I think the credit goes to Amar also, the kind of environment he created on this film especially. I miss being on Stree's set.
Yeah.
So the trailer tells me that you're doing some tailoring again.
Yes.
You are selling sarees.
I was selling sarees, yeah.
And
I specialize now in ladies fashion.
So he's a tailor, is it?
Yeah, he's a very uniquely talented tailor. There's a very unique talent that he has, which of course you'll have to see the film. And he specializes in ladies' clothing. It was fun. I had to, of course, learn the whole tailoring aspect of it, because it seems quite easy to use those, tailoring machines, especially if you have to use your feet. But there's so much of coordination. It is not easy. There's so much of physics with it.
Yeah, and you've obviously got to move your fingers strategically. Otherwise, the machine could just.
Correct. And even the feet, you'll have to move them in a certain rhythm, and it has to match with your, hand. It's quite tough.
Fascinating.
Wow.
Yeah.
And sari draping skills are not too bad. I saw a video of the trailer where you guys were respectively wrapping saris around some guys.
Our version of wrapping the sari.
Yeah.
Shortcut version. Yeah, that's fun. I think the whole take on, normally there's this notion, right, that लड़कियों को रात को बाहर नहीं जाना चाहिए और सावधान रहना चाहिए, अकेले मत जाओ. तो we flipped it on its head now, and now it's मर्द को रात को बाहर नहीं जाना चाहिए क्योंकि स्त्री है और स्त्री उसको उठा के ले जाएगी और बस कपड़े उसके छोड़ देगी. तो I really thought that that was a very unique concept, and it's all in good humor. It's horror comedy, and I think that it's been such a special journey. Yeah.
And it's really one for women empowerment. I mean, why should the men always in popular cinema say लड़की को उठा के ले जाएंगे? लड़की saying आदमी को उठा के ले जाएंगे.
Yeah.
So there's so many beautiful women in the Kapoor and the Kolhapure families. how many Chanderi saris were bought? Did you buy it from mom, for your aunt, Yeah?
A lot of Chanderi saris were bought. I bought saris for my mum, my masis, my grand aunts who are Lata Aji, Asha Aji, Usha Aji, Meena Aji. All of them I got them saris, and I had to, because Chanderi has such beautiful saris and I really thought that they would love to have them. I picked up a couple for myself also. I think a sari looks so beautiful on an Indian, on a woman.
There's a correction.
Yeah.
Anything looks beautiful on you. But
Aw,
just
thank
saying.
you.
So did you score some brownie points with the girlfriend? I mean, pick up a few saris and this and that. Aunts.
Yeah,
family.
we got a lot of gifts also. Presents in the form of sarees, and I got some Chanderi shirt. I didn't even know that you can actually make Chanderi shirt, and they said Chanderi is a kapra, you can make anything out of it. But it was fascinating. I was amazed. There were sarees which would cost 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs. It's like, wow, such a small town, but there's sarees which are costing like Chanel price.
And it's amazing because like the kind of workmanship that goes into them is really, really something. So we were in Chanderi and we got to pick up Chanderi saris. It was awesome.
What I like also about the film is, one is the look of what you are as your regular characters, and all of a sudden in Milegi Milegi there's this huge, like a big fat Bollywood musical. It's so colorful and the styling is just stupendous. So who styled you guys in that song? It's just so
really
beautiful.
Talented stylist we have on the film. His name is Sheetal Sharma. Very, very, very talented boy. This is gonna be my 4th film with him. I'm doing this film called Made in China.
Really?
Yeah. He's amazing.
Which is also with Maddock, isn't it?
Maddock,
Yeah,
yes.
He's done an
Also,
amazing
Dino
job.
also had a lot of
Yeah.
he participated a lot in the whole look and how he wants it. And Dino, that's why I think Dino is so amazing, because he's so passionate about his project, about his films, that he would be involved in everything. He's a workaholic.
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep. I don't think so. He sleeps.
Yeah,
He's just
he's
constantly
very, very
thinking about
involved.
stories and films and how he can make them better, which you need, I think. If you have a producer like Dino, it's just yours. You feel you're in safe hands.
Yeah, totally.
And in that aspect, you must appreciate that a lot, because if you're filming or a story is set in Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan, for example, you want to source fabric from local markets, so that it just adds vibrancy and authenticity to it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that I think with Dino also, and also with Sheetal, he's absolutely right. He's done such a good job, not only on the song but in the on the
film,
entire film as well. Just to make sure that we stay true to the story, true to where it's set, and all of that.
And what would your respective characters be without the ensemble cast? I mean, and you guys are always appreciative of that, which I really commend you on that. You've never thought of yourself as leading man and leading lady. The fact that Pankaj Tripathi and Apar and
Abhishek
that other guy, that guy was your second friend, his name is Abhishek Banerjee,
Banerjee,
is just fantastic. I mean, these guys are just, they're like the best fielders to your batting and bowling. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, I think it's the team, which matters. And I really believe that every character is very important in a film. You can't just take any, like if it's a small character, just cast anyone. They're adding something. And these 3 are such phenomenal actors. There's Vijay Raj also in the film for a very important scene.
Vijay Raj can just walk on and say nothing and you just end up laughing. It's just his face.
Yeah, he has a very important part. Like there's just one scene, but he's so fab in that film, in that scene.
Yeah.
So I think it's amazing when you have good co-actors on set. It keeps your energy alive, and you also are reacting better when your co-actor is that wonderful.
Right.
So,
I actually want to add to this,
yeah.
if I may, that I've been a big fan of Raj's and also Pankajji's work. He's fabulous. So I was so thrilled. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting to work with them and share screen space with them. Such fabulous actors. And so when I came to know that they're going to be in the film as well, I was like, oh my God, not only do you get to be a part of a film which has such a kick-ass story, but you get to be surrounded by the best of the best. So I feel really, really very, very grateful to that this film was offered to me.
Yeah, and they haven't thrown in a Saheli for you in good measure, because they've thrown
There's a lot of
2
mystery
friends.
around her.
So you're basically entering and exiting solo, I notice. You come during the festive season or something. She comes during the Mela or something.
Yeah,
is it?
that's
During
what
the puja
my
ke time
my
pe.
friends claim. That तुम्हारी girlfriend bhutiya hai be. I'm like, no, really?
And I love the fact that, what is that thing? Vicky.
Vicky Pleage.
Vicky Pleage. So she visits during the Mela or during the festival.
Yeah.
and then she doesn't show up, and that's where the story really takes off, isn't it?
Well, she does or doesn't, but yeah, in the story, I think major part of it, yeah, that's what even the trailer says, that कि वो सिर्फ पूजा के time पे आती है और किसी और ने देखा है उसे, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think I got to share all the screen time with Shraddha. Yeah, it's wonderful.
You can't. And what's written on the walls? All the walls have what,
Yeah, it
Shraddha?
says, yeah.
What's written is a very important message for all the mard in the film. It's O Stree Kalana. Basically, you write it with a special kind of ink, and Stree reads this, and then she decides to visit tomorrow or no, that you'll find out. But this is a way of protecting the men in our film.
She's quite a sincere Stree, you know. She understands what you're trying to say. So it's an urban legend in a way.
Yeah.
It
If
is.
you write something outside your walls, and you just say कि वो Stree Kalana, so she'll listen to you. She'll be like, yeah, fine, I'll come tomorrow. I'll wait for that day.
So, what is Pankaj playing, and in Apar and Abhishek's characters, what are they? I mean, who's the what kind of
Apar and
film?
Abhishek, yeah, like they're also from Chanderi only, and it's like we three, in a way, grown up together. And like any small town boy, I'm a tailor. He owns a clothing, like ready-made garments ki shop hai Apar ki. And Jana is this sweet Abhishek. He's this sweet mama's boy who's just there with, you know, he's in awe of Vicky in a way. And Pankaj he owns a library. That's the tailor. You know, they've seen the tailor where he's reading a book and saying, "Tumhari generation ko dekho. First time dekha to mein love ho gaya. Second time mein sab ho gaya." So he owns this bookshop, and he's a big help in solving or trying to solve the mystery around this Stree.
And you know, your next projects are with mainstream, people who are on their way to being icons for different reasons. I mean, you with Kangana, which is Mental Egg, and you with Shahid, which is Batti Gul.
Right.
So those are they big films as opposed to this, which you describe as, you know, like a smaller film? How are you looking? How much are you looking forward to those ones?
You know, I think the most fascinating thing about the time that we're in right now is that all the lines about a big film or a small film are getting blurred. So I think that those notions are getting challenged in the most beautiful way. I would say that I'm really proud that I get to be a part of Stree, which is a content-driven film where the content is king. And the same thing I would say for Batti as well. And at the same time, then I get fabulous co-stars and fabulous actors to, collaborate with. So, yeah.
Yeah. And Kangana?
Yeah, Kannan, I've known her since Queen days, of course, and she is phenomenal. She's easily one of the finest actors we have in this country. You know, and her talent speaks for itself. I don't have to say anything. It's amazing that, especially in Mental, like in Queen, of course, I had a smaller part, but in Mental, it's like two really wonderfully edged characters coming together, and it's a wacko script. That much I can say right now. Yeah.
And does Shahid pull your leg, or do you have the, what kind of a vibe is there?
So I know Shahid now for a few years. We've been friends for a few years. This is my second film with him. So through Heather, of course, we got to know each other a lot better as well. But Shahid is actually someone who, he is, I of course admire him for all the work that he's done, but he's also a friend. So he's somebody who, I can be like, what do you? We call each other Mr. K and Miss K because we have the same surname. So I'd be like, Mr. K, if there's any dilemma or anything that I just want like a sounding board for, I will call him and I will ask him, and he's there, So I think that that is something that I value a lot as well, and I really think that he's somebody who is. He's extremely talented, and everybody knows that. And with our film with Batti, which I'll speak to you about when we promote it a lot more, but I think he is also so proud to be a part of a film which has very impactful content in it.
Why I asked about this is because when Heather released, I remember I'd come to the then UTV office to interview Shraddha and Shahid, and Shahid was in one of those moods when he wanted to pull her leg. And through the interview, and he was trying to get me to participate. I said, dude, I love her too much. I'm not getting into this.
No, he does. That. He still pulls.
Yeah, he was really, during the interview, was pulling her leg, man.
Yeah, he pulls my leg also. And even the characters that were playing in our film also have that kind of chemistry between them as well, yeah.
Okay, last few questions before we wrap. We're entering the festive season because we're going into Navratri, then Dasera, then Diwali.
Oh, yeah.
How do you celebrate Navratri in terms of, now maybe not because you're so busy, but going to Dandias, any wonderful memories?
Uh, Yeah, I have really fond memories of Dandiya from school. I remember there used to be Garba and all. I used to be so excited कि it's Dandiya time and wear the chanya choli and take the Dandiyas and go to school. And I went to a Guju school. I went to Jamnabai NRC school and I have the most fond memories over there. And most of my best friends are Gujus as well. So I think that I also try to speak in Guju, but I'm not very successful, but I still try. But I just used to enjoy the festivities around Dandiya a lot in school.
And Gurgaon boy, yeah. So Dasera is so huge in Delhi. Did you ever go to any, Ravan Jalana?
Every year. I think without.
To the Ramleela grounds?
Yeah, to Ramleela, to just every night I was there with my grandmother. I grew up in a joint family, so all of us, like 6 kids, used to go with our grandmother, and it was just so fascinating. And my actually stage career started with me playing this Bal Ram in one of the dance numbers in Ramleela.
Cute.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. And Raksha Bandhan is around the corner. I saw this adorable picture of you and your brother on Instagram, where, there's a wonderful line that you had said about him. And so Raksha Bandhan, special time of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And
do you get to make enough money? Joking. From him.
I just feel like actually like my relationship with my brother has grown and so much over the years. Like we went from like, how siblings are hating each other as kids, and then we just got closer and closer. And now I actually feel really weird if I don't speak to him every day. So something always feels missing if I haven't gotten his message or if he hasn't called. I'm just like, something is missing in the day, So, I'm really, really lucky. And I'm not the only one who vouches for this, but so many people who know him say that he's one of the nicest guys they know. So for someone to have that kind of an impact in people's lives, I'm really proud to be his sister.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it you most look forward to buying during festivals? Do you buy a new joda of kapda for Diwali? Are there some, basic traditions?
I think it was like this, not anymore probably. Now I think you just go out and shop anytime you feel like. Whenever I travel, I do my shopping part. But now I look forward to eating like we eat just a lot of sweets.
Lovely.
Be it Diwali or Ganpati, yeah.
How do you celebrate life, Shraddha?
Oh, how do I celebrate life? That's a very nice question. I think I really try to have as much gratitude possible every day. And I try to just tell myself and keep reminding myself how blessed I am, because I think that we're all so blessed. We have the basic things that we need in life. So I really try to cherish that as deeply as I can. And I think for me, one of the biggest ways to celebrate is if I feel like I've helped someone. It just makes me feel like useful. So yeah.
Last question. It's 20 years since Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. So we're celebrating 20 years of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
I know the dialogues by heart.
1998 to 2018. So your respective memories of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai before we say
I
that.
was really, which actually is there in that East India comedy
Yeah,
show
it's
also.
so
But
funny.
it's a true story. It is a true
You have
story.
to hear this. You got thulped.
Yeah. So I'm still a big film buff, and I used to be those characters. Whatever film I would watch, I would be that character for like a month. I remember watching Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, and I used to watch it like for I think 3-4 years. I kept watching it. I must have seen it some 30 times now. And I went to this new school in class 11th, and I had this Kuch Kuch Hota Hai hangover. And also I saw this girl, same haircut like Anjali, playing basketball. And I was standing there looking at her in that Shah Rukh mode, and I was like, Anjali. I was like, wow. She's my Anjali. She's playing basketball, same hair. And of course I'm Shah Rukh Khan. I am Rahul.
You believed it.
Oh yeah, I totally believed it. And of course we dated for 3 years. Anjali.
And then?
Oh, there's an and
Then watch the show, yeah.
The comedy show we're talking about.
Lord.
So there was some marpeet involved, and poor Raj was singled out for some, marpeet and things
But yeah,
like that.
like 20 years already of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. It's like time has flown.
man.
It's still such it's like a relevant film, and it's like not only is it inspiring, but it's entertaining, and it's got all the elements to make it like a complete family film. I think it's got that full family film ka stamp on it. And I remember I was a really big fan of. I loved how Kajol did the whole tomboy act, and I thought that was so cool and so like cool, you know, like effortlessly cool, and that redefined cool. So it was a lot of fun.
Rahul, juice time.
Listen, you guys, I can't wait to watch Stree. Thank you so much for Oli bhai. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
Shraddha.
much, Hrishi K.